Hello all, welcome to session 45 of the PySpark series. So in last session, basically we have understood in theory like what are all the joins we have in PySpark, okay? We have understood their definitions, okay? Now in this session, what we will do is we will start learning all the joins one by one, okay? We are starting with inner join in PySpark, okay? So we will first learn joining over one column. We will joining one column of left data set to one column of right data set. Okay. Now, in case of inner join, what can be the problem statement? If I think of it, the problem statement can be first I'll tell you the data. What is the data? So we have one employee data set, okay, where we have employee ID, employee name, and employee department ID. Okay. Then I have department data set where I have I would say department ID and department name. Okay. These are the two data sets we have in place currently. Okay. Now the problem statement is I would like to uh, get the department name for all the employees assigned to assigned to the departments. Okay. If there are, let's say, employees which are not, let's say, assigned to any of the department, to any of the departments, do not return them in results. Okay, do not return them in results, right? So what I want to find out basically is I want to get all the employees to which to whom departments are assigned. Okay, they have already departments assigned. I want to get department name in, I would say, one table, kind of, right? Now this is case of inner join, because what we want to do is we want to join left data set with right data set, okay, based on the match. If there is a match, if employees assigned with a department, if there is a match, then only give the result. Okay, this is the case of inner join. What is the definition of inner join? We saw in last session. Inner join will join each matching record from left data frame to each matching record of right data frame based on join column. Please note each matching record. Okay, each matching record from left data frame, okay, to each matching record of right data frame. Okay, that is very important. Now let's go ahead. Session 45. Okay, this is sample data. Okay, now um, I would just tell you the generic kind of a formula for join. Okay, what is generic formula for join? So let's say I have two data frames. Let's say I have df1 and df2 to be joined. Okay, so let me call the new data frame that is forming by joining two data sets or two data frames is join df. Okay, what I want to do is df1 dot join. Okay, I want to join the data frame df2. So what I want to do, I should specify the other data frame here, which is df2, right? Then on. Okay, so basically this join, okay, join takes three parameters. Okay, three parameters. Out of them, I'll tell you two are mandatory. Okay, how and what I'll let you know, but as of now, just keep in mind join takes three parameters. Okay, what is the first parameter? It is the what is the another data frame to be joined? What is second data frame to be joined? On means what is join condition? I'm for example, if I want to join, let's say df1 has, let's say, employee id. Okay, equals to. Okay, I want to join let's say df1 dot employee id equals to df2 dot employee id. What is the joining condition? The columns on which you have to join, and how is like what join you want to perform. For example, inner join or left outer or right outer, anything. Okay, this is generic structure for joining two data frames. Okay, in PySpark. Okay, SQL also we'll see. Okay, as and when we proceed ahead. Okay, So what I have done, I have just copied both the data sets which I have here in the notepad, right? I have just copied them to my databricks notebook. Okay. I have cluster already created. Now what I'll do, the generic things, I'll just go fast. Okay. From pyspark.sql.types import star, I have to import types to create the schema. Okay. Then what I'll do, from pyspark, let me take it, pyspark.sql import functions as import functions as f. Okay. I have imported functions. Now what I have to do, I have to create employee schema. Both schema will create. I'm going a little fast here because these things we have practiced multiple times now. Okay. Struct type and then struct field. Okay. What is the first? Employee ID, employee name, and department ID. Okay. Employee ID. Okay. Which is what string? Sorry, integer type. Integer type. Right. Then let me copy this itself. Okay. Okay. Then what is the second? It is employee name. Okay. Which is what? String type. Which is what? String type. Okay. And third is what? Let's say department ID. Department ID, which is integer type, right? So, okay, employee schema. Then what we will do? We will also create department schema because we have to create two data frames. Okay. Again, struct type. Okay. The reason I am writing the codes again and again is that you will also write. Okay. And you will also get practice out of it. Okay. What is the first column? Let's say we'll name it a department ID, integer type. Okay. And what's second? Department name, right? Department, for example, name, right? Which is what? String type, which is string type, right? Let's run only this. It will not give any output. We'll just check if it is correct syntactically. It's correct. Okay. Now let's create employee. Sorry, let's create employee data frame. Okay. Now you know how to create a data frame using Python list. Okay. Create data frame. Just for your knowledge purpose, I'll tell you, as you all know, create data frame takes two parameters. Okay. The first parameter is data. Okay. Equals to what I'll do here, emp data. And second parameter is schema equals to employee schema. Is that right? Emp schema, right? And what I have, department data and department schema, right? Let me copy this. Okay. And let me department df, right? Department data, and then department schema, right? Department schema. Okay. Let's just display these two data frames just to check if they have got created correctly. Okay. uh department df dot display, right? Let's run this, which is running. Okay. So what we have done so far, we have got two data sets as let's say two Python lists. Okay. We have imported types, we have imported functions as f, we have created data schema for both the data sets using struct type approach. Okay. We have created the data frames. Okay. And we have just displayed them. So we can see both the data frames have got created correctly. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to get, what's the question? I want to get department name for all the employees. Okay. So what I want as output columns, employee ID, employee name, department ID, and department name, right? So as per our default, the generic structure of joins that I have explained, right? Using this generic structure, what I'll do, I'll just create a join df. Okay. The first data frame I have is employee df, right? Dot join. Okay. What is the first parameter it is taking? Other. which is the other data frame? It is department, dep, department df, right? What is my join condition? Okay, how my join condition is empdf dot department id. Is that right? dept id, it's dept id. Okay, equals to department df dot, what is that, department id, department id, right? And sorry, it's not how, it is on. Okay, and how I have to join both these data frames is inner. I have to do inner join. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just display the joined data frame. Okay, let's see what we get as joined data frame. Okay, it is running, it is joining both the data frames. Okay, now remember the definition that I told you. What I told you is it will join each, I would say, each row from left data frame to each row of right data frame. I'll explain you that. Before that, what I'll do, I'll just select, let me just select the columns. Okay, select only needed columns. What I'll do, I'll just select first is, let's say, employee ID. Okay, but just keeping needed columns, right? All the columns are not needed. Okay, employee ID. Then what is second? It is, let's say, employee name. Employee name. What is third? Third is, let's say, I'll keep this department ID. Okay, department ID. Okay, and what's the fourth one? I want to keep, let's say, department name, right? Department name. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead. Let's join. It has given me 4 columns. Now, what I told you is it will join each matching row from left data frame to each matching row of right data frame. Okay. Now, department ID 1 is present in left data frame. It has joined to 1, right? See, employee ID 1, department ID 1, department name is IT, right? Now, employee department ID 2, where is that? This is department ID 2 has joined to department ID 2, which is HR, right? The next, what, department ID 1, again 1 will be joined to here. So we have 3 Ganesh, 1 IT, 4. Oh, I have taken all the names same. Let me change that. Sorry, I didn't understood that. I have taken Ganesh everywhere. Let me take some name, or let me just do one thing. Okay, very simple. Let me just do this. Okay, let me just make it person, right? All cannot have same name. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's do it that way. Very simple, right? Let me replace it here as well. Okay, good. Let's rerun this. Okay. So what it has done basically, my one has match here. Okay. So this one got joined to this one. This one got joined to again this one. This one got joined to again this one. Right? If you can see. To department ID 1, what all employees are there? 1, 3, 4. Let's check. Department ID 1 is there, 3 is there, 4 is there, right? For department ID 1. For department ID 2, 2 and 7. Let's see. 2 and 7, right? Next, for department ID 3, there is only 1. Okay, which is that with employee ID 8. Employee ID 8 with department ID 3, right? And for department ID 4, employee ID 6 with person 6, right? So it has joined each record, each matching record. So let's say how many we had with one department ID in left data set. We have 3, 1, 2, 3, right? So each has joined separately to this, right? With employee ID 1, it has joined to department ID 1, right? Employee ID 3, department ID 1, employee ID 4, department ID 1, right? So this is how inner join happens in PySpark. Okay, these are the parameters it is taking. It's okay if you don't specify these parameters. I'll show you that as well. Okay, what I'll do, let me just copy the same code. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just create, let's say, other df1. Okay, other df1. You don't need to specify this. Okay, this is okay. On also not needed, right? I just did that to explain you, right? What all parameters the join is taking, right? Join df1 dot display. Okay, let's display this one. Okay, fine, right? It's okay. Now I said before, when we started, like from these parameters, okay, this one is mandatory, this one is mandatory, this is like based on business requirement. Okay, now see, this is like based on business requirement. What will happen, right, if I don't specify this parameter? Okay, let's see. So from this we will understand what is the default join happen in PySpark if we don't specify the type of join. Okay, I'll just reveal the answer. It will be inner join. So if we don't specify any join type in PySpark, okay, it will by default perform inner join. Okay, now through this by default, uh, what I recall from our previous sessions is like data frame read modes. Okay, what is the default data frame read mode? Okay, we have seen that in our previous lessons. If you can recall, you are on right track. Okay, if you can't recall, just revise, it's fine. Okay, let me leak that answer also. Permissive. Okay, so by default, that's how we learn, that's how we, you know, uh try to understand what we have learned in past. Okay, just recall that and go ahead. Okay, let me do this. So I'll copy everything, I'll just not specify the third parameter. Okay, what I'll do, join df2, join df2. Okay, and I'm not specifying inner join. Okay, I have 7 rows for inner join for these data sets. Okay, let's run this and see. Again 7 rows. Okay, so this output is same as this output, right? So if we don't specify any join in PySpark, it will by default perform it as inner join, right? Fine. Now let's try to learn this in SQL also. It will be a revision for those who are already aware of SQL. Okay, if you are not aware, I think it's good with PySpark. We are learning SQL also, right? So now how to convert this data frame to temporary tables? You all know, create or replace temp view, right? What I'll do, I'll just do employee, right? First one, I've created employee as temporary table, and then department df dot create or replace temp view. Okay, what I have to do, dap, I'll just name that as department, right? Okay, fine. Now in SQL, so what I have to do, I have to use spark.sql, right? What I'll do, select let's say department dot, I have to select, let's say, not department, it's employee. For example, I have to select employee dot employee ID. I have to select employee ID from employee table, right? That's what it means. Okay, the next I have to select, let's say, employee name, right? What is next? I have to select, let's say, from department. Now I have to select, okay, department dot department ID, department dot department ID. And what I'll do, I'll also select department dot department name. Okay, from employee join department on. Okay, the on condition that we have specified here. Okay, which condition? this condition. So this is the way we specified in PySpark. In SQL, it's simple. Okay, on what employee dot department ID, okay, equal to department dot department ID, department dot department ID. Okay, select all these columns from employee join department. Okay, dot display. Okay, let's run this. Let's see if it works well. Okay, what it is saying, column or variable with employee dot department ID, employee dot, okay, what is that? Just a second, what happened? Employee dot, what is the column name I have specified? Depth ID. Okay, it is depth ID. Okay, so it's just that the column name that I have specified is wrong. Okay, now I have corrected. Let's go ahead. Let's try to run this now. Okay, running. See, we have got the same output. So you all know the output of Spark SQL is also a data frame, right? So this is how we perform the join in Spark SQL in SQL. Okay. If you see the format, right? For example, on, okay, we specify, I would say, the joining condition. Okay, join is like inner join, right? So we just say join, and by default it will do inner join, right? Let's try to specify inner here. I think it will perform inner join. If you don't specify, by default in PySpark also it will perform inner join, and in SQL also, right? And now I'm specifically mentioning do it as inner join, right? Okay, right, good. I think we have understood. uh, it was good start to joins. We have understood many cases, right? We have created two data frames. We performed the inner join on both the data frames, right? We have understood how many parameters my join, generic structure of my join is taken. If I don't specify what join to perform, by default it will perform inner join both in PySpark and SQL, right? Fine. So this is, I think, inner join. It's simple, right? It's not at all difficult. Based on business requirement, what business requirement you have in place, right? Based on that we choose the type of join to perform. Okay, fine. That's everything for this session. If you feel this is useful, do like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you have any feedback, you can comment me on this YouTube channel, okay, this YouTube video, or you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Okay, I'll try to incorporate those feedback, right? But thank you so much for your overwhelming response. I think we will, going ahead, we will also learn multiple, many concepts in PySpark in SQL, and it will go on very interesting, right? Great. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you in the next session.